Okay guys, I'm going to be showing you a video of the Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker on the PS Vita. Now, if you own a PS Vita and you also bought this game on a PSP, you'll know that you can't directly download it. What I did was transferred it over to my PS3 from my PSP and then onto the Vita from there, and which you can do with any game. Or you could just buy it off of the PSN store, save it on your PS3, and then transfer it over to the PS Vita. Um, it's also a possibility. Right here, I'm going to show you, that's what I did, but right here I'm going to show you sort of how it translated over. Now obviously, being a bigger screen, instead of the 4.3 on the go, I think that was what it was, you're transferring over to the massive 5-inch OLED screen, which you're obviously going to see some chopping up, some sort of, grouping of pixels. I'm not sure that's the right word, but still, you're gonna see some of the blotchiness because it's blown up. It's not gonna be blown up without any distortion. Now, bilinear filtering here helps that, I'm pretty sure. Also, there's some other settings integrated with the PS Vita. Like here, since the PSP didn't come out with the second analog stick, you can use the second analog stick to mimic any button here. So the first analog stick, the D-pad, D-pad left and right, D-pad up and down, face buttons, left trigger, right trigger, select, and start. Now for a game like Metal Gear Solid, obviously you'd want the face buttons here, because that controls the camera. Also, you can assign the touchscreen, so say, like, here's where your weapons are in the game, right in this bottom right corner. So, say I wanted to reload quick, not move my hand from down here all the way up here, then I could just quickly move my hand from here to there. And there you go, that's reloaded. It makes it much easier for these PSP games to transfer over. It feels more natural. It feels like, not entirely, but it was released at one time on the Vita, if that makes sense. That's what it feels like anyways to me. So I'm going to show you how it's sort of integrated over, being using the second analog stick. Now, obviously, with the face buttons, you have 8 possible combinations, right? You have up, down, left, right, and then diagonal in all directions. And that sort of transfers over to the Vita the exact same way. It feels like, you're touching an analog stick, but it also feels like there's only 8 directions you can move in, which I think that there is only 8 directions. Needless to say, it makes it easier in the game, I suppose. It makes it, how do you say that? You're more familiar with it. You're not pushing buttons to look around. That's weird. Nobody does that on the Xbox, anything like that. And if you're an avid Xbox player, then you should know that, you use analog sticks to look around. It doesn't feel too clunky, though, only because this was designed for the PSP, and therefore the AI is kind of dumbed down just a little bit. I'm not saying that because it's Metal Gear Solid, but you'll see an enemy and then you can target in on him for a good 10 seconds before he'll run over and see what's up. So you can, I don't know, you can tell this was designed for a PSP. Although it is a great game, it's an amazing game actually. It's one of my favorite when it came out on the PSP, and so I was really anxious to get it on make this video for you guys. I'm just going to show you a quick little video of the game. Now, when I had it on the PSP version, I had the sensitivity at like 8 or so, give or take, because, you're not constantly holding the face buttons. You kind of tap it to look over one way, and then you kind of just gradually tap it more and more. Now with this, and you have the full control of the analog stick, then it's seems like you shouldn't really be too sensitive. Like, I'll show you what happens when you put it way too sensitive. Just goes flying everywhere. Instead, if you're using the face buttons and you just tap it like that. But yeah, the aiming's nice. Feels a little bit more natural, I suppose. More so than being on the PSP. Now I'm going to shut up and just I don't know. I'm just let you guys enjoy the video. Fuck. It's hard to play looking through the camera. Like I was saying before, you see in the bottom right corner, just tap the weapon, reload. Like I said, it just feels more natural. It feels a lot more natural than reaching up to the up on the D-pad. And where is it? Oh, right there. Fuck. Right. I don't have any more ammo. Got grenades. Alright, I'm gonna die here. Alright, and I'm not gonna try and restart that, but you guys see how much easier it is. I just did bad because I'm looking behind the camera, but this definitely makes it much more fluid and enjoyable, especially being on the big screen. Upgrading from something like a PSP Go, which I used to have, it definitely makes a huge difference. Still, probably one of my favorite Metal Gear Solid games to date, just because of how high the production values are on it and how they didn't cheap out, um, try and make a really cheap shit version just to throw out for money. Anyways, thank you for watching my video. If you liked it, like the video. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. I will do requests of PSP games, Vita games, stuff like that if I do happen to pick them up. And thank you for watching.